All right, so this is going to be the solution to your exercise 16. It says you work for the Bank of Tawara. The bank sends all spreadsheets containing recent transactions in an encrypted form. You will decrypt a spreadsheet which holds 76 transactions over a 5-day period for one client. Each transaction on the completed spreadsheet must display only the date, bank sort code, account number, credit and debit columns. You must use the most efficient methods and all work must be of a professional standard and suit this business context. All business must fit on all documents must fit on a single portrait page wide. When printed on A4 paper with at least 12 points high, display all currency values in dollars with 2 decimal places. Now, the first point is using a suitable spreadsheet software, open and examine the data file in 186 encrypted.csv. So this is the file, and we'll best fit this. Next is that it says insert. You are supposed to save this as a decrypt file. I'm not going to save it, but when you are going to save it, you are to save it in Excel workbook. Now insert 4 new rows at the top. So I'll select the first row in the home tab, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then and place the contents of 186 title.csv into the cells B2 to L3. So first of all, let's open up the other file, which is 186 title. You are to copy the contents, copy them, and then select and copy. Come back B2 to L3. So just paste it here and they will probably fit in the right cells. Next up, merge the cells B2 to L2 in a single cell formatted as title, at least 24 points sans serif font. So B2 to L2, you are supposed to merge. So select this and click on merge in center. 24 points. Set the font size to 24 points. Sans serif is Microsoft sans serif. That's about it. Now, point number 2. For each transaction, use a formula to extract the first digit and place this in the transmitted check digit column. Transmitted check digit column, which is this. So for each transaction, the transactions are starting from the A5. So obviously we're going to input the function in F5. So we have to take the first digit. So that is equals to left of A5 and we take out the first character. That's the transmitted check digit. We're going to replicate for all. Let me zoom out so that I can see all the transactions. So now in the data that is basically extracted, I can see that there are a couple of zeros as well. So if I, let's say, multiply this by 1 and replicate this, so this should not impact the 0 entries. They're still aligned and they are considered as numbers. Next up, next 6 digits, which means from 2 till what? 8. So next 6 digits, that is going from 2 to 7 actually. First character is basically taken out. So from 2 onwards, 6 digits up until 7. So display these as the bank sort code. For example, if the digits are 240912, the bank sort code should be displayed as 240912, and there's a hyphen in between. So this is to be placed in the bank sort code over here. So equals to mid starting from the second character. So we take out this, starting number is 2. We take out 2 characters. Then we need to add a hyphen with it. So we use the AND methodology to concatenate mid of A5 starting number 2 and 3, then 4 and 5. So starting number 4, we take out 2. Again, we're going to add this up with a hyphen. And then last of all, it is going to be A5, 6, and we take out 2. So this is the bank sort code. Up until this point, we have consumed how many characters? 6 characters were these. First was a digit. So 7 characters are consumed. Right? Now, next 9 characters are the digits and they are to be displayed as the 9-digit account number. Account number is this. So equals to mid of A5. Now the starting number is 8. 7 characters are consumed. So from 8, we need how many? 9. So that's the account number. And this does not have to be converted into a number. Why? Because it has a leading 0. If I convert this into a number, the 0 is going to be omitted. So I need the 9-digit account number, which may include a 0 at the start. So you do not multiply this by 1. Next up, the next 8 digits. So for now, 7 plus 9, 16. So consume 16 digits. Then what? Next 8 digits and display these in the date digits column. Date digits, which is this. So equals to mid of A5, starting number would be 17. And how many digits do we have to take out? 8. So that's the date digit. Sorry? 6. How many? 8. Okay. So we need 8 characters. Okay, so 24 plus 8. We have consumed how many? 24 characters. The next character and display this in the transaction column, which is actually what? The 25th character. Transaction column is this. So again, equals to mid of A5, starting number is 25 and we take out 1 character. So that's the transaction. We replicate for all. How many digits consumed? 25. Right? Next up, any other digits and place these in the working to column. G. So the remaining in the working to column. So the first thing is that we need to count the number of characters in A5. So that is basically length of A5. That will take out the total number of characters minus how much? 25. Because 25 digits are basically consumed. So we are left with these digits. Are we? वो show करने हैं. So that's basically the number of digits. These are the number of digits taken from which side? Right side, not left. Right side. So these are the remaining digits. 4, 6, 4. They are to be taken from the right hand side of A5. बेटा लेफ्ट से तो कंसिडर करते आ रहे हैं ना अभी तक. जो रिमेनिंग डिजिट्स होंगे वो राइट साइड पे होंगे. बट बाकियों के लिए क्या है? बाकियों के लिए वेरी कर रहा है ना. किसी के 6 हैं, किसी के 5 हैं, किसी के 4 हैं. तो जब वेरी कर रहा है तो पहले लेंथ में से टोटल में से माइनस करो जितने कंज्यूम हो गए. अभी तक कंज्यूम कितने हुए? 25. सो जो टोटल लेंथ है उसमें से 25 कंज्यूम हो गए. नहीं, सारों के एक जितने, किसी का 4 है, किसी का 5 है, किसी का 6 है. तो दैट इज बेसिकली द नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स टू बी टेकन फ्रॉम द राइट हैंड साइड ना. क्योंकि फर्स्ट 25 आर ऑलरेडी कंज्यूम।
सर मैंने इस पे मिड यूज किया था, लेकिन दूसरी वो स्टार्टिंग के लिए कोई बड़ी सी वैल्यू 99 है, चेक कर सकते हैं।
That's not efficient. That's not,
तो
obviously
छोटा फॉर्मूला
it will work, but that's not efficient. What if you have a scenario more than 99? Again, what if you can apply a function on your own, but it should work in all scenarios? Does your function works in all scenarios? If the number of digits are more than 200, then what? Your function will not work. But what if my function is applied on 200 characters? Will it work? So that explains the answer. Huh? Then that was wrong as well. So make use of the length function. Take out the number of total characters. उसमें से हमने कितने कंज्यूम कर लिए? 25. जब 25 कंज्यूम कर लिए तो 25 निकाल दो, आपके पास रिमेनिंग रह गए। हर एक का वेरी कर रहा है, किसी का 4 है, किसी का 5 है, 6 है, मे बी मोर। ठीक है, सो वी आर नॉट कंसर्न। द पॉइंट इज कि नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स निकला है। अब वो नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स कहां से चाहिए? राइट हैंड साइड से चाहिए, क्योंकि लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से अभी तक हम क्या कर रहे हैं? उनको एक्सट्रैक्ट करके यूज कर रहे हैं इन्फॉर्मेशन को। तो राइट हैंड साइड के रिमेनिंग रहेंगे ना, तो राइट हैंड साइड से निकाल ली। सो दैट गिव्स यू द आंसर। अगेन आई विल रेप्लिकेट दिस फॉर ऑल and I can visually check if there is a leading zero. If there is no leading zero, then you can multiply this by 1. Okay, so there are no leading zeros, so I can multiply this by 1, or I can apply value function on top of it to convert this into a number. So I'll apply value this time and not multiply by 1. बेटा वो सही नहीं है फंक्शन, उसमें हम नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स वेरी नहीं कर रहे, नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स वेरी नहीं कर रहे। आपने 5 डाल दिया ना, सबके लिए 5 नहीं है। अगेन वो वही बात है जो इसने की है, इसने 99 डाल दिए। मैं आपसे सवाल पूछ रहा हूं कि व्हाट इफ द रिमेनिंग नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स आर 10? डज योर फंक्शन वर्क्स? इट वॉन्ट। यू आर टेकिंग आउट 7 कैरेक्टर्स, यू हैव टू टेक आउट 10 कैरेक्टर्स, तो तब कैसे काम करेगा? नहीं करेगा। उसने 99 डाले हैं, व्हाट इफ द नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स आर मोर देन 500? फिर नहीं करेगा। लिमिटेशन है आपके फंक्शन, इस फंक्शन में लिमिटेशन नहीं है। मेक सेंस? It is dependent on the length of the characters which are present in A5. अब वो जो मर्जी हो, आई एम नॉट कंसर्न, 500 लेटर्स डाल दो तब भी सही निकालेगा, आपका फंक्शन नहीं निकालेगा सही आंसर। इसलिए यस, बेस्ड ऑन दिस डेटा आप अज्यूम कर सकते हैं दैट ओके आई एम गोइंग टू पुट द नंबर ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स एज 7, इट विल वर्क, 9, 10, इट विल वर्क। ठीक है, बट व्हाट इफ दे आर मोर देन दैट? फिर नहीं काम करेगा। मैं देखता हूं अभी, आगे चलो। Place a formula in column C to display the date of each transaction. The date is held in column B as digits in the form double D double M 4Ys. Display this date so that if the cell in B column contains 1201 2018, the date should be displayed as 12th of January 2018. So not only we have to extract the date, it has to be of a certain format. If you are to have the date in a certain format, you're going to make use of the function. You cannot use the format cell operation. Format cell क्यों नहीं इस्तेमाल करना? क्योंकि you are to use a function. Formula 12 मार्क्स है, फॉर्मेट सेल से करने के 12 मार्क्स नहीं हो सकते। ठीक है, अब करें कैसे इसको? डेट हेल्ड इन व्हाट? कॉलम बी। निकालनी कहां पे है? कॉलम सी में, over here. First of all, I will convert this data into a date format. For that, I will use equals to date, bracket open, the year. The year are the last 4 characters. So that means write of B5, we take out 4 characters. So that's the year, comma, month. Month is basically the middle, third and fourth character. So I will apply mid on B5, starting number 2, not 2, 3, and we take out 2 characters. Comma, day. Day is basically the first 2 digits. So we apply left of B5 and we take out 2 digits. अब यहां से उसने डेट में कन्वर्ट किया, बट सिंस दिस इज टेक्स्ट इट ट्राई टू कन्वर्ट इट टू अ डेट फॉर्मेट, तो वो जनरल फॉर्मेट आ रहा है. अब यस, आई कैन गो इनटू द फॉर्मेट सेल्स and specify the date format, but this is not the requirement. I need to apply the function. Now convert this into a required format. I need to apply text over this. Text क्या कर सकता है? Custom format define कर सकता है. किसके ऊपर करना है? इस फंक्शन के ऊपर करना है जो हमने लगाया ऑलरेडी. ठीक, उसके बाद कॉमा. I'll just zoom in to show you. So text function was not able to zoom in. Okay, so the text has 2 parameters. One is the value and then it's the format text. Value is taken from the date function. For the format text, we're going to specify in speech marks. Speech marks. We want the format to be all right. So converting this. So we're going to apply text over this function and then we apply the format. Format in the speech marks, double D, because we need 2 digits for the date. Then a full month needs to be displayed 4 M's and then 4 Y's for the complete year. Close the speech marks, close the bracket and press enter. You'll get the desired format using a function. Run. We are going to replicate this. We are going to replicate the bank sort code. Next up, place a formula in the calculated check digit column to calculate a single digit checksum by adding all the digits in the account number column and extracting the last digit from this total. So first of all, what we want to do, we want to add all the numbers of the account number. Once the total is added, we have to place it in the check digit column and then extract the last digit. First of all, equals to left of E5, we take our first character into 1. Not only the character is going to be extracted, but it's also going to be converted into a number. So that's 0. Add what? Put this into a whole bracket.
The sum का function निकालने में तो multiplier 1 to
Doesn't matter. I'm going to copy paste this. So I'm going to plus what? Mid of E5 starting number 2 comma 1 into 1. So I'm going to copy this much. So this will extract the second digit, convert that into a number. This is my third digit, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, so we are going to change the characters. So this is going to be 3. This will be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ninth character is basically the first character. So basically, I don't need the हाँ तो आखिरी वाले के लिए मिड भी ना लगाएं, आप राइट लगा सकते हैं, आप मिड भी लगा सकते हैं. Take out 1 and that is going to be also multiplied by 1. इंडिविजुअली भी मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं, पूरा एक्सट्रैक्ट करके उसको ऐड करके भी 1 से मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं, द सेम थिंग. So we take out the total, which is 34, and then we are going to apply right on top of this value and take out the first character. Sorry? So 10, 15, 15 and 25, 25 and 6, 31, 38. So we missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 नहीं डाला. And then you are to convert this into a number. So multiply this whole function by 1. So that will convert this check digit into a number. I'll give you the functions. Acha ji. Place a formula in working 1 column to compare the transmitted and the calculated check digits. If the two data items of each transaction do not match, indicate that there is an error. Test the formula for each transaction, correct the transmitted check digit for that row. So we have to place it in the working 1 column. So equals to, if the transmitted check digit column is equals to the check digit column, then display blank, otherwise display error. Press enter and then replicate for all. Once you replicate, you need to scroll down and see if all of the entries match. I spotted one error. So there is one error in which the calculation is taking out 4. However, the last digit or the first digit is basically 6. So in order to fix this, this is the transmitted check digit. Transmitted check digit was the first character of my series. In order to fix the error, all I can do is change the first digit to 4. Once you press enter, your error will be fixed. हाँ जी, ब्लैंक ही करेंगे. हाँ, all right. So evaluate करना नहीं आपने. Automatically display the value of each transaction in either credit or debit column. The transaction must be used, and the value held in working 2 column is the value of each transaction in cents. There are 100 cents in a dollar. The letters C and D in the transaction column represents the credit and the debit. So basically what we have to do is, we have to display these values in either the credit or the debit, depending on the type of the transaction. So if it is a C, this value needs to go into the credit. If it is a D, this value goes into the debit. Okay, so simple if transaction is equals to C, then this value will be displayed. However, these are basically cents, so we are going to divide them by 100. And if it is not C, then obviously it's going to be blank. So that's it. And what about this? Equals to, if the transaction is equals to D, then this value is going to be divided by 100. Otherwise, it's going to be blank. We can select both and replicate for both. So the transactions which are debit, they are automatically being shifted to or basically copied onto the debit column, and the ones which are credit, they are in the credit column. Next up, replace A and B with the appropriate dates and apply formatting to your spreadsheet. A and B with the appropriate dates. So what dates are we to apply? This is basically details of a transaction for 5 days, I think. So 14th of Jan is the starting date. End हो रहा है कहाँ पे? 19th of Jan. So these are the basically 2 dates which are to be added. So between 14th of January 2018 and 19th of January 2018. So this is how it looks. Best fit your data. All right, so we have all our data. Now, explanation, you don't have to do this. Create a new spreadsheet which looks like this. So we're going to add a sheet. This is going to be the Bank of Tawara. The Bank of Tawara. This is across A, B, and C. So we will select A, B, and C, merge and center to make it one cell. Ethical Global Bank is right below this. The Ethical Global Bank, or just Ethical Global Bank. The Ethical Global Bank. This is also across 3 columns, so merge and center. Then we have statement date over here. Statement date. And we're going to apply all borders to it. In cell B4 over here, restrict the data entry so that only the date between 1st of Jan and today's date can be entered. Display an appropriate error message if incorrect data is entered. How do we do it? Data validation. So we go to data, click on data validation. What do we do? Allow date between what? Starting date.
01.
Sorry?
01.
That's the starting date. So 01/01 and 2018. What about the end date?
Today's date is about.
Today's date. We just enter today's date. और what do we do? Automatic भी कर सकते हैं. Automatic कैसे कर सकते हैं? Can we write today bracket open bracket close? Sorry. Equals to today bracket open bracket close. So let's say today is 17/10/2025. Press enter, it accepts. What if I enter 18/10/2025? This is tomorrow's date. This is not today. So when I press enter, it becomes an error.
तो सर अगर इसको बाद में ओपन करेंगे क्या
तो वो कल की डेट पे ऑटोमेटिकली अपडेट हो जाएगा. सो इट इज ऑलवेज अपडेटिंग इटसेल्फ अकॉर्डिंग टू टुडेज डेट वैलिडेशन. ठीक, बिकॉज वी अप्लाइड द वैलिडेशन फंक्शन ओवर देयर. आगे चलो. बट दैट्स इट. वी वर नॉट सपोज्ड टू डू एनीथिंग एल्स. एरर मैसेज तो आप डाल ही लोगे. सो आई थिंक दिस इज इट. दिस वाज द सॉल्यूशन टू योर एक्सरसाइज 16.